Joining us here on set, Nick Lund. He is an author. He has authored two books. You have two books, right?
Two books.
Yeah, tell us about those two books.
One's a book about birds in Maine. It's called the American Birding Association Field Guide to the Birds of Maine.
Yeah.
Long title, straightforward thing. These
Yeah.
are all birds in Maine. It's like 200, 300 or so different birds.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a history of the Earth for kids.
Oh.
So like, I don't know, 6 to 15-year-olds. History from the Big Bang all the way up today. Dinosaurs, tons of pre-dinosaur stuff. Evolution, you name it. Good stuff.
Wow, that's a great undertaking. What inspired that?
The company asked me to do it.
They asked you to?
Inspired it, and I
Yeah.
said, "Sure, let's roll." Yeah,
Just like
great.
that.
It's great. The research was incredible. Every night you're down there researching a new thing and learning all about how to talk about the history of the world. There it is, right there. $15.95. It's a steal. Let me tell you. Beautifully illustrated by Jason Ford, a wonderful illustrator. Great book for kids.
Yeah.
Teaches them all kinds of stuff. Chock full of information about, you name it, planets, volcanoes, earthquakes, dinosaurs, trilobites.
Yeah. Do you test market it on your kid?
Yeah, he was 3 when
Yeah,
it came out,
yeah.
so it was a little big for him. He gets it now. He'll grow into it.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. The illustrations are awesome. So check it out online, bookstores, you name it.
Now, that sounds like a great book. Now, let's talk about some birds.
Let's talk about some birds.
What birds can we talk about today? Who are active right now?
Yeah. What I want to talk about is what's going on right now in February. The short answer is not much, right? We are in February. We don't have any migrant birds back yet. Migration has not started.
There is a movie, though.
There's the movie, which I haven't seen. Did you watch it? You were
Not
there
yet.
opening day, weren't you? I saw you on the red carpet for that. So, we're still in the winter, right?
Yeah.
And so most birds are just hanging tough, trying to eat seeds, trying to get through things. But some birds are taking action. Some birds are getting ready to go. Only a few birds are nesting right now. And these are usually the bigger birds that need to give their babies more time to develop.
I see.
And so one bird that's nesting already are bald eagles. Believe it or
Right.
not. Yeah. So bald eagles are big birds. They don't need to eat insects. There's ducks for them to eat, and there's fish for them to eat around. And if bald eagles might be on the nest right now because they want to get their babies born as soon as they can, get them as big as they can throughout the year before the next winter comes. And so if you're down, especially on the coast or wherever there's some open water, you might see bald eagles sitting on their nest, maybe getting snowed on even, but they're early bird parents.
Giving you the eagle eye.
Giving you the eagle eye. Yeah.
It is an eagle eye, too. They watch you.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to mess with them. Yeah.
No.
Those big yellow eyes. Watch out. They see you before you see them for sure.
A majestic
Look at that.
bird.
Well, it's a beautiful bird. Yeah.
So they need a little more time for their young to develop?
That's right.
Yeah.
And another one like that are great horned owls and other owls. So owls, great horned owls, barred owls, very big birds. You have them up around here somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
But again, they have big babies and they don't need to wait for insects. So a lot of the reasons that our migratory birds wait to come up is until there's insects to feed their babies. Mm-hmm. Owls don't eat insects. They can find voles and mice and rodents and stuff under the snow. They're really smart. And because they got big babies, they want to get started now. So you might hear barred owls, great horned owls hooting, right? They're sort of, that's the courtship.
What do they sound like?
I can do that for you.
I would love to hear that.
Sure. There are two. So barred owls, probably more common up here.
Yeah.
They are famous for saying their hoots sound like "Who cooks for you?" is what they say. Who cooks for you? So they go, woo, 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 like that. Who cooks for you? That's what it's supposed to sound like.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were out there and you heard that, you would definitely know what that is. Great horned owls is a much lower. When I talk about this, I think it's like this is like you're watching a show and there's a graveyard scene at night, and it's like that. Whoo, whoo, whoo. That's spooky, just a spooky owl sound.
Yeah.
That's a classic great horned owl. Whoo, whoo, like that.
Yeah.
So they're going now. That's to them. That's like that's like Valentine's Day love song.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To us, it just sounds like a bunch of weird hoots, but for them, that's like, that's like a little sexy song that they're doing. Yeah, because they're getting ready to pair up.
I hear you hooting over there.
You know what I'm talking about. I get those hoots going. They are priming up to have their babies right now. So they'll get into a tree, they'll get into a cavity, and start nesting up, laying those babies.
It's not easy to see them, though, huh?
No,
No.
no. The best time owls are around all the time.
Yeah.
But they sit stock still on a branch all day, and then at night they're around. But obviously it's dark at night, as we all know. It's hard to see them. You got to get lucky. Some people are better than others. I'm pretty bad at seeing them, but some people have the owl eye, where they can just pick out an owl perched around.
I've heard of the eagle-eye, never the owl.
They all got eyes. They
Yeah,
all have their own eyes.
how about the Canadian jay?
Yeah, here's a bit of a different one. This is a cool bird for sugarloaf.
Yeah.
Canada jays are these beautiful gray birds. People call them camp robbers, whiskey jacks, other got names. And they don't live in southern Maine. So they're really like up here, this level and north, Rangeley and north in Maine, in these deep spruce forests. They nest really early. It's sort of a mystery why they do that. People think it's because they cache their food really well. Some birds do this. In the fall and winter, when there's a bunch of seeds and things on the landscape, Canada jays will grab them and insects and other things and just tuck them in secret places behind bark.
Like squirrels.
Yeah. And they'll make this huge map of caches across their whole range that they use for like 8 months. They're like going back to it the whole year. And so they're not as reliant, Canada jays, on insects or other food, so they can have babies sort of whenever they want. And so some of them are, feeding babies in March and April, where other birds are just coming back. Have you seen that?
Why spruce? Why do they choose spruce?
Just their deal. I don't know. They
like the smell.
They like the smell. Yeah, it freshens their nests. They rub it on their wings. They don't.
They love live edge lumber.
Yeah, they do.
How about the red
Right
crossbill?
Crossbill is another super cool bird that we have up here. Called crossbills because their bills literally cross over. They're one of the only birds that has like a one edge, a bill, one mandible on one side of the other. And they do that because they're specially evolved to eat pine cones, right? Pine cones are like sealed shut, right? They're super tight, but crossbills can wrench open the pine cones and get the seeds inside. So because they eat pine cones, you can't really see it in this picture. It's sort of on the one on the left. You can see the bill sticking out.
Bit, yeah.
But they sort of nest whenever there's good seeds around. So like they're one of the few birds in America that their nesting season is sort of untethered to the regular seasons. Their nesting season is tied to whenever there's good seed going on. So some trees, they produce a lot of food one year and then the next year they don't. So crossbills, whenever they find a good a good set of cones, they're like, let's go. Let's go.
So they wing it.
They wing it. Yes.
Sorry,
absolutely, they
I
wing
couldn't
it.
resist
That's where that phrase came from. Did you know that?
No,
it's
I
not
did
true.
not.
That's a lie.
I know busy as a beaver. I mean, that makes sense because you look and you go down a river and
they're busy,
and you see them all taking all these trees down. They're like crazy. You can see where that.
I was asking a question on Twitter about beavers the other day, and I wondered, do they ever cut a tree down and then it crushes them? You ever thought about that?
Yeah, they don't wear helmets.
They don't. And it turns out, people are like, no, there's no way that happens. They get crushed all the time. There's all these people that sent me all these pictures of a beaver just flattened under the tree that it shot
Really?
down. Yeah, what a tough way to go, man.
That's so disturbing.
I know. You'd think they'd scamper out.
They're
They'd
so
know where to
smart.
go. Yeah, they're otherwise so smart. But all these flattened beavers just under the thing. Look, they're rodents at the end of the day. So how smart can they be?
That's awesome. How about the eastern bluebird?
Yeah, okay. So this is a thing about, it's February. Pretty soon, it's March, as we all know. And then April follows that.
Yeah.
This is when all the birds will come back and birds are starting to nest. So I want people to start thinking about what you can do in your yards up here to get ready for spring. One of the things you can do is put up bird boxes like this. Bird boxes, what they do, birds don't build houses naturally like this. This is mimicking a tree cavity. So a lot of birds nest in holes in trees, right? That either woodpeckers dug out or that just, a branch fell out or something. Humans cut down a lot of dead trees, so we don't have as many tree cavities as we used to. And so you can put up bird boxes to replicate that.
Yep.
So depending on the box you get, you can get bluebirds or chickadees or house wrens or all kinds of other species that only nest, don't build nests out of twigs. They only nest in stuff like that.
If you're making your own, how big does a hole have to be?
Well, that's a great question, very astute question. Each bird has its own sort of special needs for their hole. They're kind of picky. There's a website from Cornell called Nest Watch. where you can go and it'll tell you for any species you want. Say you want bluebirds, it'll tell you how big the hole should be, what direction it should be facing, how high off the ground, things like
direction too.
that. Yeah, they have a lot of sort of picky, like how should it be in the trees or on the edge of the trees, stuff like that. Check out Nest Watch. You can see, all the different types.
Yeah, great stuff. Your books are available online?
Yeah, online, Amazon, and in a lot of bookstores. I don't know which ones at any given time.
All the good ones.
All the best ones.
All the best ones.
Look at that. Look, what an attractive cover that is.
It is an attractive
with a
cover
common
right
loon.
There. Now, also, because very interesting topics, you're available to come visit a club or an organization and do talks?
Yeah, I work for Maine Audubon, which is the oldest and largest wildlife nonprofit in the state. We're a great group. I've come up and done presentations in Carabassa Valley before. That was a lot of fun. People really enjoy that. I do them all over on different topics that people want. What if you wanted to see a presentation about birds, Greg? What would you want to see?
I like how they house, why they go to certain places, what they eat.
Yeah.
More like that, and what kind of seed. I know that you've addressed that before
Sure.
too, and I never knew it was so involved.
It's involved, and again, while I've got the floor, let me say, if you're buying birdseed, don't buy Milo. Look on the back of the package. The ingredients are on there. If it says Milo,
No go Milo.
No go Milo. Great job. You are on fire.
Coffee.
Yeah, I just got water. They have to list all the ingredients. Milo, it looks like a seed that birds will eat. They just don't eat it. You're just throwing your money away for Milo. Everything else is fine. Yeah. Sunflower, safflower, crack corn, all good. Milo, a no bueno.
So much information here.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you on the show and hope that you'll come back again soon and share some more. Maybe we'll talk more about some spring birds here.
I'd love to. It's coming right up.
And we enjoyed having your brother Alex here too.
I know. I tried to get him today. He's got work. Look for Alex, my brother, at the AGC on the trampolines doing skate lessons on the hill.
Or on your lawn.
Or on your lawn looking for relics. The relic hunter.